Yes, I want to respond to this Dallas Christian Living Examiner post on the blog on examiner.com. This post is by Chris Esparza. The title is Oldest Human Skeleton Disproves Missing Link Theory. Well, let's just think about this. Okay, the facts are here that this team of archaeologists discover a proto-human in early, apparently an ancestor of modern humans. This looks like kind of a Planet of the Apes type face with a distended nose, and if you've seen the article, then you will understand this is not exactly a chimpanzee, and the biomechanical analysis shows that this particular species is walking upright but also climbing in trees. Now, your assertion that that there is this disproves the missing link. It's come from National Geographic quote that just because they said that the fossil puts rest to the notion popular since Darwin that chimpanzee-like missing link would eventually be found at the root of the human family tree. Indeed, the new evidence suggests the study of chimpanzee anatomy and behavior, long used to infer the nature of the earliest human ancestors, is largely irrelevant to understanding our beginnings. That doesn't say it's disproved the missing link theory. Now, apparently, you admit in your article later that you believe in creationism. Okay, which is more rational? The idea that life evolved from microorganisms into increasingly complex forms of life, with many branches dying out over the history of life, and our particular branch has survived for whatever reason, sometimes very lucky to survive according to the historical record. The population of humans and proto-humans was dangerously low, many times, according to the mitochondrial DNA analysis, in which you can count the numbers of human DNA combinations that were on the Earth. So we know this. We know that the population of humans has been down under 100,000 at least once, 74,000 years ago. So we were lucky to survive that one. It was a volcano that went off in Indonesia. So I was digressing for an example that it is intuitive, and if we had enough of the fossil records, ultimately it would be deductive to prove that there has been an evolutionary progress from less complex to more increasingly complex life, and that we are the manifestation of the most complex evolution of life, in my opinion, due to our organization of the mind, our ability to conquer to create tools and create shelters and other means of survival better than any other form of life ever has. So my intuition, even though we don't have the exact fossils of the missing link, is that there is a missing link. There has to be. For every species on the planet, there is a link to another species somewhere. Now, you just have to go far. If you compare humans to worms, there, I believe, will be a missing link there, that some proto-worm from way back, or even the one-celled organism, could go all the way back to the one-celled organism to find the missing link between us and the worm. I don't know. Or the link is not so far back for us and marsupials. The link is not less far back between us and chimpanzees. In fact, if you read the Los Angeles Times article, you will see that this team of archaeologists predicted the missing link is actually about 6 million years ago. That they estimate based on the other evidence they have on from other fossils, and I don't know where they get the 6 million, but some people disagree. Obviously, you probably disagree, but I cannot help but think that this is the rational approach to the problem, and not some big guy with a big long beard waving a magic wand and whatever he did, and poof, there's humans and Adam and Eve. See, that's just silly. That's just a childish version of. It's a creation myth, of course. And there are many. That's just one of many childish myths. Now, if you want to say that maybe it's not so like poof, magic, child idea of creation. I have in the past, when I had the more stronger Catholic faith, I believed that that there was a kind of intervention in human history by God and His agents. I think less like that now. I think more, if there is a higher power, he's pretty much a hands-off guy. Not really showing up too much, not really intervening a whole lot. And, if I had the power to look at another planet and observe everybody on it, something like in Star Trek, where you just observe the species and you don't interfere because of the Prime Directive, as they call it. I think that's a good policy. Good chance you're going to really mess it up, and only intervene if you think you can save the planet from something they cannot save themselves from, some asteroid or something. I'm would be for saving that, but not interfering. So there may be a higher power, some intelligent, super intelligent power. I have not seen any credible evidence of it, and I think that the creationism is a kind of a dogmatic mind control that the religious right uses to try to indoctrinate the children and then into a pattern of behavior that you think must be imposed on them. Now, that's good for your children, your own children, but to tell children myths maybe works when they're very young, Santa Claus and whatever, but when they get older, you try to pull a line on them like big guy with beard create Adam and Eve and teach it in the school. Fine if it's a private school, but I don't agree with teaching a creationism in a public school, or I don't also agree with the indoctrination that the left does in the schools as well. So this is my response. If you have any more thoughts on it, I appreciate your reply.